Top of the day to you folks. Bill Hubbard, Coldwell Banker Executives in beautiful British Columbia. This is your overall British Columbia real estate market review for May of 2025. This is a summary of the different zones that we cover. And there's three things I want to discuss. The first thing is interest rates. On June 4th, the Bank of Canada decided to keep the overnight lending rate at 2.75%. Most people, including myself, thought that there was going to be a downward shift in that interest rate. Inflation had dropped in March from 2.3% down to 1.7%, which is the overall statistic that the Bank of Canada probably uses the most. And what they try to do is keep it at 2%, hovering around that 2%, which of course 1.7% was below. The next announcement is July 30th. I don't know. I think that if inflation remains in that 1.7% and doesn't take a big jump, I think that the Bank of Canada will drop it at least 25 basis points. It has a lot to do with consumer confidence. As the rate comes down, more and more people can buy houses. That opens up the door for the market a little bit more. So that's what I think is going to happen. But you know what? I thought it was going to happen last time, and it didn't. So the second thing I wanted to talk to you about is pent-up demand. And so what is pent-up demand? Pent-up demand is when people feel the need to buy a house and they don't. And you think about the different reasons that people sell their houses. There's only seven. There's a new addition to the family. So mom's pregnant and they're going to have a new baby and they need an extra bedroom. Second thing I want to talk to you about is what's called pent-up demand. So pent-up demand is when the need to sell somebody's house, when the family says or an investor says we're going to sell our house, they don't do it. They put it on hold for some reason. And you think about the seven reasons why people sell their houses. First reason is there's a new addition to the family. There's a new baby. So they need another bedroom. Second reason is a transfer. Third reason is the family or the investor is in financial trouble. Fourth reason is investment. Fifth reason are the kids or the parents are moving out or moving in. So they either need to downsize or upgrade to a larger house. The sixth reason is death in the family. The owner passes away. And the seventh reason is moving somewhere to family. Your family are on the coast, you're moving, or they're in Alberta, you're moving, or wherever in the country. So if you look at those seven reasons that people have to sell their house, very few of them have to do with the market, if any. So what happens is consumer confidence, something makes consumer confidence go down, whether it's 9/11, whether it's COVID, whether it is let's call it political unrest in a neighboring country, because that's really what's affecting buyer confidence right now. People put it on hold. So that's pent-up demand. And right now, right across this country, we have a fair bit of pent-up demand. All of my realtors are saying that people have this need, they want to sell their house, but they're putting it on hold. So the fourth thing I wanted to talk to you about is the sky is not falling. There's a lot of people that are talking about, the market's really tough. And it's tougher in some areas than others. The lower mainland, the Fraser Valley and Vancouver is, I won't call it tanking, but it's definitely on a downward trend. Sales are down. Prices are starting to inch down. You come into the interior. Most of the interior is considered flat. Prices aren't going anywhere except level. Sales may be down a bit, maybe up a bit, and they're up from last month, but down from last year or the year before. So the sky is not falling. There's two areas in the interior, the Kootenays and the Central Okanagan. They're doing slightly better than the other areas. Central Okanagan has been pretty slow for quite a while, and in that decreasing or correction area of the market, which is below 12% for an absorption. But basically, the interior is pretty flat. The Kootenays are doing better than most of the other zones in the interior, but again, not substantially. So the sky is not falling. The sky is basically consistent. The real estate sky is basically consistent. And I think you're going to see different renditions of that throughout the balance of 2025. That pent up demand is going to step up to the plate sometime next month, next year, by the end of this year. But those things just get put on hold. For instance, mom having a baby, the baby doesn't go away. They still need that extra bedroom. They're just not confident enough to do it right now. And that should change sometime in 2025. That's an overall market review for British Columbia for May of 2025. Thank you, folks.